All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. This is the first of its kind and a new thing that I want to be doing on this channel, a new segment that I want to explore. Hopefully, I can make this a thing. And this live stream, I will be talking specifically, I will be demonstrating to us, not talking about it, but just demonstrating to us, going live into my dashboard and showing you exactly how to build a lead gen funnel from scratch inside of system.io. So if you're online right now and you want to get access to the best features and the best way to build a funnel outside of system.io, this is the live chat to be on, and I will be starting right now. I don't expect anyone to be viewing live because I haven't announced this prior, but you know, if you join us, if you're watching us in the future, welcome. This is Daniel, and welcome to the Funnel Studio. All right, let's dive right into it. So I have my dashboard here. I will be showing us exactly how to build a funnel using my own account, my own test funnel. I have some things in here. I'm not sure how I want to blur this out, but what we'll be doing basically is to create a funnel. I'll be showing us exactly how to connect our domain name, how to create a funnel, a simple funnel that converts, how to connect that with a thank you page, with an email, and also adding tags, adding automations, and everything you need to know about building a sales funnel. I mean, a lead gen funnel, and collecting emails and setting up automation. So this might be a little bit longer, maybe let's say about an hour or so. So let's dive right into it. All right, so this is going to be my screen. Hopefully we're seeing it, but let me jump right to my camera. Let me set everything up, making sure I'm not revealing any info on my screen. So right now, this is what it looks like on my screen. I have 3 funnels in here. These are funnels that I've built. The first thing you want to do is to go sign up for system.io. Go sign up for system.io because it's going to be the first link in the description. Of course, it's an affiliate link, but if you use it, I encourage you to do so. It's going to help me out a lot. So let's do that. Now, you sign up for system.io. You don't need to pay for any plan because the free plan allows you to create up to 3 funnels, 1 automation, 1 tag, and 1 course. That's pretty much all you need. And you can add up to 2,000 emails, and you can send automated emails using the free plan. But if you want more services, more tools, more options within your account, you can just go ahead and, just sign up for the basic plan, which is only $27 a month. So let's see. All right. So this is what it looks like in the account. The first thing you want to do is click on create. Now, you want to make sure you set all these things up right. It's going to ask you to name your funnel. I'm going to name this lead gen funnel. Lead gen funnel. And what domain name do you want to connect it to? Again, on your free plan, you'll be allowed to connect just 1 domain name. But on your paid plan, which is only $27 a month, you can add up to 3 domain names. Now, in this account, I have 2 domain names connected. I'm just going to pick one. I'm going to pick the smarthustle.co domain name, but I'm still going to show you how to connect your domain name. Don't worry about that. So it's going to ask you, what do you want to do with this funnel? Do you want to build an audience? Do you want to sell something? Do you want to create a custom funnel from scratch to do pretty much anything you want it to do? Or do you want to run an evergreen webinar? Of course, webinars is only available on the webinar plan, which is more than $27, of course. But also you want to select your currency here. I'm going to select US dollars. So if I'm going to charge anything on this account at all, it's going to be charging in US dollars. So let's choose a build an audience funnel. We want to collect emails. That's what we want to do. We want to be able to collect emails and send people a lead magnet in return for their emails. So let's save that. Now it's going to take us to, back to the main page. Now it's showing that I have 4 funnels in this account. Now we have the lead gen and the 3 other funnels. This is the funnels that we just created right now. Now, there's a few things you can do inside of your funnel. You can create a squeeze page, a thank you page, and this page is an inactive page. That's your error for page. Now, for a lead gen funnel, you only need 2 things. You need a squeeze page and a thank you page. Now, a squeeze page allows you to collect email to be able to display information about your product, your offer, your lead gen, whatever it is, your freebie. Your squeeze page allows you to be able to do that. And that is, it can be as simple as you want it to be or as complicated as you want it to be. But I always tell people to keep it as simple as possible. So that's the purpose of your squeeze page. Now, your thank you page is where you direct people to after they have entered their email. Maybe you collected email, phone number, contact information, whatever it is. The thank you page is where you direct them to. And I also say that the thank you page is an opportunity for you to provide more information about your offer or to upsell people on something else. Say you're giving out something for free. The thank you page is where you should be upselling, or we can call it an upsell page. So there's an upsell page, there's a downsell page, and there's also a thank you page. But in this case, let's just assume your thank you page is where you can give people more information about your offer. Maybe you want to have them join a Facebook group. They can do that, from your thank you page. Or maybe you want to tell them, hey, go look in your inbox. You can expect an email from this person, Your thank you page is an opportunity to do that. So we want to begin with the squeeze page. And as you can see right here, System.io has provided us a lot of templates that we can select from. So you can either build yours from scratch, or you can select, one from the templates they have. And I always recommend you go this route. So let's say, for example, we want to select, or we want to see this template. We can always preview to see what it looks like. Now, this is what a template is going to look like. This is for photographers. You can edit it to fit whatever purpose you want to use it for. And you can still go on and, look at more. Let's see on the next page. Let's see what types of templates they have here. Boom. Let's see. Okay, let's keep going. So I believe there are up to 30 templates that you can select from to start with. And if you are doing trying to collect emails or contact information, I always recommend that you keep it simple, especially if you're going the organic route. Well, it depends on where you're driving traffic from. If you're driving traffic from, say, YouTube channel, for example, where people already know you, they like you, they trust you, organic traffic, you can make it as simple as possible, but you still want to make sure that your page converts. So keeping it simple is what I always recommend. And, I think you should go that route as well. Now, let's look at this. I think this catches my eye. This is like a free consultation. This is sort of like for consultants, Airtable productivity, as well as budget productivity, personality, Airtable guidance. Let's see if we can find something else. Okay, let's see. Cultivating a brighter future, Black Friday. All right, let's go with this. This is simple enough. Let's preview, see what it looks like. Let me close this. All right, this is really good. This is really good. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with this, and we're just going to customize it as much as possible, and we'll go from there. So I'm selecting that template. So this is a template I want to begin with. I'm just going to call this landing page, and this is my the domain name that I already connected. Now, this is your slug. What comes after your domain name? I can call this opt-in. So it's going to be smarthustle.co/opt-in. Now it's time to edit our page. Okay. Now, when it's time to edit your page, you want to make sure that you have everything you need. You want to make sure you have your text, your, your headlines, your call to action, and whatnot. And I have in the link in description my landing page checklist, high converting landing page checklist, where I highlight a lot of the things you need in order to build a high converting landing page. And this is some of the principles that I will be using in this in this presentation. And these are the things that I always recommend that you do, and I'm going to follow those principles here. And this is why I always have like high converting pages, regardless of what type of page I'm trying to, what kind of product I'm trying to promote. All right, so let me go back to that page, and let's start building out this page. Now, so this is the page we're trying to build. Welcome to the Creator Hub. Again, the first thing you want to do when you build pages is to delete the things that you don't need, especially when you're working with a template, because this template is not going to work for everybody. So you want to delete out the things that you don't need. So I'm going to start with this. I'm not trying to add a logo, so I'm going to delete that. Now let's delete this whole row. So now we have something that's clean. Welcome to Creator Hub. So what are we trying to accomplish? I think that's a good question to ask. Now, one is want to have a headline, want to have a subheading, which gives more information about the headline. And we want to be able to collect email address and first name. In this example, there's only one email address. One field that we can only collect email address. And that is the call to action button right there. So I'm going to start adding some of the things that I need here after deleting the things that I don't need. Now, you have to keep in mind that whenever you're building landing pages, whenever you're building pages, for example, on system.io, you want to make sure that you are optimizing for mobile, because a lot of people make this mistake. They build all the pages and they forget, to see what it's going to look like when people view from a mobile phone. So this is basically what it's going to look like on a mobile phone. And I always like to build for mobile first before I optimize for web. So now, the basic things like, text field, those things are not going to change, whether it's on mobile or it's on desktop. But the things like text, font, text size, and all these things are the things that you need to keep in mind if you are building your landing pages. Now, let's start with the headline. Welcome to Creator Hub. We're going to change it to something like how to make $1,000 per month, even with no experience. Okay. All right. So this is going to be our headline. So again, remember, this is where you need to pay attention to things like font size, because it's going to impact how it delivers on mobile. Now let's preview. So every time you write something on desktop, you want to make sure that you're previewing on mobile. So this is a good size text. I think I like it. I'm just going to reduce it a little bit. Do we need this image? Maybe we do. Maybe we want to show an image of our ebook, or maybe like some graphics that we've designed. Here I have some test images. I'm just going to upload one of them. All right, so let's do this. So 10 data product ideas to kickstart your online success. Let's see what that looks like on desktop. So it's going to stay on the right hand side. You know what? Let's change this. Since we have this graphic here, we're going to do 10 digital product ideas to kickstart your online success. Okay, boom. That's what we have here. And we're going to change the subheading. You always want to have a subheading when you're writing or when you're building a landing page. This ebook contains 10 practical digital product ideas to start selling online to generate some income. No comma. So this is what it is. Okay, to start generating some income. Boom. And let's see my email address. So let's see what that looks like on mobile. Okay. See, I think it looks good so far. 10 data product ideas to kickstart your online success. You can edit this as much as you want. Let's say you want to increase the font size. I think this is big enough. Let's see, font size, let's make it 32. So 32 is perfect. Okay, let's start generating some income. Right now, let's go back to desktop. So it's easier to edit on desktop, but it's much easier to optimize for mobile in the mobile view. Now, what else do we need here? Okay, so we want to make sure that whatever it is that we don't need, we delete. So I'm not going to delete the section because I don't need it. I'm going to delete the section because I don't need it. I'm going to also delete the section because I don't need it, frankly. Now let's delete the things that we don't need. Now let's scroll down. What else do we need? I think I will retain this footer here and just edit to include some things. All right, so I'm going to retain this section because I might want to include a few things about the ebook itself. Let's see. All right, let's go. Let's go this view. All right, let's delete the section. Boom. I'm going to delete this again. And okay, let's delete this. We're going to delete this. Now let's see what it looks like on mobile. All right. So this is only supposed to show on desktop only. All right, let's delete this. I'm trying to delete it, but it's not letting me delete. All right, let's do it one after the other. And mind you, I mean, these things, they never work perfectly, and that's okay. And a lot of people get frustrated when they're trying to do something and it doesn't work. That's totally fine. These are the things that you go through when you're trying to, build landing pages. It's never that simple. Okay, so don't worry about it. Let's see. All right, I'm just trying to get to the end of this thing. All right, let's see. Okay, good. Now, finally. All right, I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to delete this. Now, in this section, you might want to include a little bit of something about your ebook, maybe things that people will find in there. So I'm going to say what's inside this ebook. So this is where you include more things about the ebook. Now remember, you've already written the headline. This is the subheading. This is where you collect your email address and first name. We're still coming back to that. And this is what you write in the next section. You want to include more things that's going to convince people to sign up, because that is the goal of this landing page, to convert, to get people to get on there and to just have them, put in the email without any shadow of a doubt. So what's inside this ebook? We're going to say 10 digital product ideas. 2, how to create tools. I'm going to say tools I use to create some of these products. Organic traffic methods. How to build an email list. We can say, and much more. Okay, but you want to make sure that you include in as much detail as possible. It's just simply because this is an example. That's why I'm not adding too many things here. Okay, so you might want to say, you want to underline, that will be Control U, or maybe you can remove that, Control U again. You can change this font. Let's go here. So we have Montserrat. You want to go to Google Fonts, because that's what you want to make sure using Google Fonts, so that it's compatible on every device. So let's use Montserrat. Is that what we're using? Oh, that's what we're using right now. I want to use Poppins. See, it's changed. Now we can go back here and use Poppins here. Google Fonts. I love Poppins. You can choose to use whatever font you want, but Poppins seem to do well online. So I'm going to change that to semi-bold 600. That's good. Let's change this to Poppins as well. Poppins. Nice. Looking nice. And let's change this to Poppins as well. So use whatever font you feel like using, and that should be fine. Now let's go to the footer. Now you can add whatever it is you want to add here. You can add, your policy pages, terms of service, disclaimers, whatever it is. Right here, you can do that. I'm just going to remove some things because it doesn't apply to us. Whatever it is that doesn't apply to you on these pages, you can simply remove them. That's totally fine. Okay, and I'm going to remove this. We're not using a logo. You can change this. You can add your social media if you want to, and you can add your disclaimer pages. I'm going to say policy pages. Here I can say terms of service. Privacy policy, we leave that. We say disclaimer, and we can add one more however you want that. So I'm going to delete this. Ideally, you don't have to worry about it because it's in 3 rows, but if you just preview on mobile, the rows that are empty are not going to show up. Now let's see what that looks like so far on mobile. See, this is what it looks like. You can delete this where it says built with system.io. Now let's see. So for this row, this is not going to show up when you publish, okay? This empty spaces, simply because we're using how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why there's a lot of space here. But when you are bringing in your row, if you're doing this, from scratch, you want to do just one row. So if you go to column layout here, as you can see, it says 4 column, 3 column, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to delete this because we don't want anything right there. Okay, so let's move on to our fields. This is where you want to collect your email and your first name. That's the only two things I always recommend. If it's a lead gen page, always collect the email and the first name so that you can customize your follow-up email to the person that to the person that submitted. Now, what you want to do here is to duplicate this just to keep things simple. You want to duplicate that. Now, as you can see, these two things are almost latching together, but you want to make sure you're having some space in between them. So what you do is to click on that, and you want to go to where it says margins. Margins is where you put a separation between the two things. If you have any two elements stacked on top of each other, margins is where you create separation between them. So we go to bottom. So bottom, we want to create margin between the email and the next box. So I'm going to increase that. Okay. And for this field, you want to come to this input type. And this is where you want to be very careful, because this input type is going to determine what type of data you collect. Because we're duplicating the email field, what we have here is also email. But once you click on it, you want to go to the to the left-hand side and select your input type to be first name, because what you want to collect is your first name and email address. Okay. So we have our first name and we have our email address. Boom. That's all we need. Now let's see what it looks like on mobile. Again, keep in mind, you want to view your pages as it's going to look like a mobile. Now see what I'm talking about. We have the email, we have the first name, but there's still no separation on mobile, even though we created a separation on desktop. So we want to do that again. Go to the margins and create separation right there. So now it looks so much better than when it was latched on together. So let's create a margin again. Boom. So this is what we want to look like. Now, this is a template, of course, but it doesn't mean that you cannot customize it to your own colors, to your brand, anything you want. Okay. So this is the call to action. This is what people click on. That's going to take them to do whatever action you want them to perform. Now let's click on that. So what we want to do is to customize this button and to say, this is what I want to happen when people click on this button. Now, first of all, the first thing I want to do is to change the text on the button. Now it says start now. But what I want to do is something like download your free guide or start earning online. So you want to write something not so generic. Start now sounds so generic. Or you can say join 1,000 readers or join 1,000 online entrepreneurs. That is showing social proof as well as calling to action at the same time. So there's a lot of things that goes into what you add in your call to action. I have all this in my landing page checklist. I convert to landing page checklist. Again, go download it. It's going to be first link in description. Now let's go to the text on the button itself. Where is it? It's right here. So this says button text. So let's say join 500 readers. Okay, you can change to anything. Download ebook. You can do whatever you want, but I prefer join 550 readers. Or 550 entrepreneurs. Boom. Simple as that. Now let's see what it looks like on desktop. It's still saying start now. So you need to do the same thing for desktop. Now let's say join 500 entrepreneurs. I'm going to copy that. And we're going to go back to desktop. Oh, it's already changed. Good. Now we can see that on desktop, it's kind of like spilling over to the next line. We don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to leave it as download ebook. But again, you can make this whatever you want, but you just want to stick to like a very pleasing visual hierarchy. Okay, now that we've done that, so what happens next is when the action button is clicked, what should happen? Now there's a few options you can select here. One is show pop-up. This is if you have your form in a pop-up, you want to show that. The next is open URL if you want to redirect them to a different URL. Then the next one is go to the next step in the URL. So next step means it's going to go to the thank you page. So the funnel has different steps. So this is step 1. Step 2 would be to go to the thank you page. So that's exactly what we want to happen. So I'm going to say go to next step, and that's it. That's all we need to do here. Again, I want to change the font so it's, congruent with the rest of the page. And here, remember, we have another button here, and I'm going to duplicate this button and I'm going to bring it here because this is where we want our button to be. Okay, let's bring this into, we can actually bring that. Okay, let me see. Let me delete that. Okay, let's see what it looks like. So we have 25, 50. So margin is 50. Okay, so margin is 50, and the top margin, so the bottom margin is 50 and the top margin is 25. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to, you know what? I don't want to mess with what the button looks like, so I'm just going to edit the button. But you can also duplicate and bring your button to replace that. But I love the way that button looks, so I don't want to mess it up. So what we're going to do is go to next step URL, and we change the font. Let's do pop-ins like we've been doing, and we just change the text. Where's our text? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Typography, where are you? Sometimes this you just can't find it. Where is it? All right, there it is. Boom. Oops. Download ebook. Okay, boom. That's it. So we've duplicated that button right here, and we say we want this to go to the next step. So download ebook. Well, we want this to go back to the form. So when people click on this, we don't want it to go to next step URL. You know what? That's a mistake. That is a mistake. We don't, you know what? Yeah, this is, so what is this section right here? So this section is called what? So what I'm trying to do here is to make sure that when people click on this button, it takes them back here. So that's called scroll, go to scroll. So when people click on that, go to section. So it's going to be a scroll action. So when they click on that button, the page scrolls all the way up. So let me see. So, but to do that, we need to know what the section is, what this section is called, so that we can, all right, right here. So this is the ID attribute. So this is the attribute. This is what the section is called. So this is what we need in order to activate the scroll function. So I'm going to copy that. So I'm going to say next step URL. So we want to open URL, but we're not actually opening URL. Okay. We're just typing in, it's just going to go to that section. Okay. So when people click on that, it's going to go to section, blah, 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 which is this section right here. Okay. I just want to make sure, I just have to make sure that works. So let me preview our page. This is how you preview a page. You can always preview what it looks like. As you can see, that page is looking good. It is looking good. Now, let me see. When I click on that, it's not scrolling back. I think I need something else. Okay, let's just ignore that for now. But that's exactly what's going to happen when people, click on that. I'm going to figure that out. There's a way to do it. I've done this before for sure, but I can't remember now. But ideally, what we want to do is to make sure that people are able to click on this button and it takes them back to the section. We don't want it to go to the next step, because when they click on this, and they're not able to input the email address, that means they're gone. So we're just going to click to the next step, thank you page, without collecting the email address, and that's not something that we want. So this is download ebook. Okay, so let's just assume this is how it's going to look like. This is it, the way it looks like on mobile. It's looking good. This is as simple as you can get, and it's very simple, straight to the point, that people can download and just go about their business. Now let's preview one more time. Okay, boom. So there's one more thing I always like to fix, and that is this thing right here on the bar, on the search bar. I'm not sure if you've seen this. Let me all right, let me try to. Okay, so on the bar, on the taskbar, it's going on. I mean, on the is it a taskbar? I think that's a taskbar. It says squeeze page. I don't like that. I don't like to see squeeze page. I want something, something that is very professional. So I'm going to go to settings. So settings is where you want to go to change that. So you scroll all the way down. You see, it says squeeze page because that is the way it's going to appear on search engine. And I'm going to say digital product idea. So once this is done, you're going to see what happens. So let's preview that again. As you can see, it's already changed. So right now it says digital product ideas rather than saying squeeze page, which is really good. Now, as you can see that, this page is looking great. Looking great. I love it. I love it. So let's go back to the editor. Let me move this all the way up again so we can have everything in full view. Okay. So we have that. So what else do we have to do? We have to make sure everything is looking good. Just make sure everything is looking good. Your headline, your subheadline, your email, your first name, your call to action, your additional information, another call to action here, your policy pages, your social media. That is looking good. Okay. So you want to save that. Now, this is how you create your opt-in page. Now, it's as simple as that. A lot of people try to complicate it, and I see that people try to create something, it doesn't work, and they get frustrated and they just give up entirely. Do not be that person. Do not be that person. Don't give up. Okay. Now, what we want to do next is to create our thank you page. Our thank you page is the next step URL that we talked about. When people enter the email, they go to the thank you page. Now, what I like to do is to create some congruency between my opt-in page and my landing page. Now, what people do is to have a different design entirely on their, their thank you page, but I still want to maintain some design congruency here. So what I'm going to do is to duplicate the landing page. Okay. And I'm going to delete some elements on the landing page and simply make it the thank you page. It's as simple as that, So I'm going to delete all this. I'm going to delete all this. This is a thank you page. We don't care about that. We don't care. Okay. And I'm going to delete this as well. And I'm going to make this the thank you page. I'm going to say, congrats, your ebook is on the way. Boom, your ebook is on the way. This additional information, I would say, make sure to check your spam/promotions folder to ensure you download your ebook. The email is from Daniel at smartalso.co. Okay, so this is going to be it. Congrats, your ebook is on the way. Normally people would just redirect, they wouldn't have a redirect, but you want to make sure that everything is, looking good. Again, you can retain this, or you can add additional information. Say you want them to join a Facebook group, you can put that here and whatnot. So this is going to be our thank you page. It's as simple as that. But what we want to do again is to change the page title. Okay, let me. Oh, this is not. Oh my God, I forgot. I haven't been sharing that, but this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like, guys. I completely apologize. So I deleted some elements here. I deleted some elements. I added the additional information. Make sure to check your spam promotions folder to ensure you download your ebook. The email is from Daniel Spam, also the CEO. You can add your additional information here. As you can tell, I've not been doing live streams for the longest time, so these things I tend to forget. I hope you haven't clicked away. Please don't. Anyways, so this is what it looks like. Again, want to make sure that the page title is looking the way it should. As you can see right here, still saying data product ideas, but want to change that. Let's change it to thank you page. Data product ideas. Thank you. So if we save that and we preview, that's what it's going to look like. See, it's already changed. Boom. Congrats, your ebook is on the way. What's that is ebook? Then it goes to the footer section. Data product ideas. Thank you. So that is really good. So now we have built our page. We have a thank you page. Now people can easily opt in to your lead gen, for your lead gen. So I'm just going to remove this other page that we haven't used, but I'm going to rename this and call it thank you page. Now this is different from the title section, the title bar. The title bar is going to tell you what the page is about, but this is for internal purposes. This is how you recognize your funnel steps. Okay, and you can add more steps if you want, but I would recommend against that since it's just a lead gen page. So now we have a funnel list, we have a lead gen funnel, then we have landing page and our thank you page. This is how you create. Now it's time to test our funnel to see if it actually works. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, my email, I'm gonna say Daniel. That's Matt, also the CEO. My first name is Daniel. I'm gonna click download ebook and boom, it's gonna take me to the thank you page. Simple as 1, 2, 3. Now if I go to my contacts, it should be there. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it should be there, but since it's a test, it recognizes that and it's just going to be there. But there's another thing I want you to do for your landing page, and this is adding tags to your contacts, because you want to make sure that when people come in, you're segmenting them, where they come from and what they're interested in, because you may have more than one lead magnet and you want to make sure that people are getting segmented the right way. So when you send email addresses, you're sending to the people who are mostly aligned with your message. So for example, this is the button. We can create an automation. I believe we could. Automation rule. Okay, so it's not here. All right. So we can go ahead and create it elsewhere as well. Doesn't really matter where we create it from. So let's go back to the home page here. Okay. All right, so that's finally. So what we want to do is to create a tag. So this tag is what we want to use to identify people who signed up for our landing page. For our lead gen from this landing page. So I'm going to go to tags. As you can see, I have so many tags here. Jeez. Okay, let's delete some so we can add more. Delete that. I'm going to delete that again. I don't need all these tags because I can only create 10 and I'm going over the limit right now. Need to master student. I'm going to delete that. Mastermind wait list. You know what? Let's delete. No, let's not delete that so that we have all the space we need. So I'm going to create a tag. I'm going to call it lead gen contact. So this is how I want to recognize people who sign up for the lead gen, for the lead gen funnel. So I'm going to go to automations. Let's go to rules, or we can even go to the funnels because I think that's way easier. So let's go to the lead gen funnel. This is where we want to add our automation rules. So you go to that tab that says automation rules and you want to add rules. Okay. So you click on add rule. So anyone who subscribed to this funnel, who puts in the email address, they're going to be tagged with this tag. So from funnel steps subscribed, we're going to add a rule. So when someone subscribes to this landing page, what do we want to happen? What action do we want this automation to take? So there's a lot of things you can choose from. You can subscribe them to a campaign. You can unsubscribe them. You can add a tag, you can remove tags, send email, What we want to do here is to add a tag. So we're going to select lead gen contact. This is the latest tag, the newest tag that we just created, and we're going to save rule. So the purpose of this tag is to allow people to be added to the right tags when they sign up for our lead gen product. It could be an ebook or whatever it is, our freebie. When people sign up, the tag is going to be assigned to them. So this is like a unique identifier. If you have more than one lead gen, when people opt into this particular one, it's going to tag them as lead gen contact. And if you have a different lead gen magnet, say you have a free course, you can create a new tag that says free course. So that way people get tagged as free course. So that when it comes time to start sending follow-up emails, you can send email to free course and not send to lead gen contacts. That is the sole purpose of having a tag in your assigned to your contacts. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so now that we've tackled this, the next thing I want to tackle is if you don't have an email connected to your platform, to your system.io, how do you do that? How do you connect an email to it? Now let's go to my own settings. We'll see what's going on. So settings is where you add your custom domain names. So your custom domain name is how to have this custom domain, like smartalso.com/opt-in. This is how you have your custom domain name assigned to your funnels. But how do you do that? I think I said email before, but what I wanted to say in actuality is custom domain. So if you come here on the basic plan, which is $27 a month, you'll be able to add 3 domain names. But on a free plan, you'll be only able to add 1. So you can see I have masterpaydads.com, smartalso.co, and this is the default one. Okay. So what I want to do is to add another domain. I have a separate video about this, by the way. It's going to be in the cards somewhere, or you can go check on the channel, go check out the playlist that says system.io. I have a whole video about connecting domain name, building landing pages, and all that stuff. Really good stuff. So you want to add your domain name, right? But before you do that, you want to know exactly where your domain name is bought from. For the purpose of this video, mine is that all of my domain name is on Namecheap. I have about 15 domain names. So I'm going to sign into that. So these are all the domains that I have. I have several of them. If you have an online business, you know that domain name is something that everybody has. Everybody has them. So let's see which one we want to use. Let's say we want to use, let's see, the wealthyway.co. Okay, let's say we want to use the wealthyway.co. So you go there, you click on manage, and then you go back to your settings and you click on add domain. Now, I'm going to copy that. You want to enter the name, the domain name that you want to add. You go to settings, you put that in there. Okay. You want to start with www. Boom. You add that to it. And it's going to give you a set of instructions to complete. And you have to pay attention here. Now, your domain has successfully be added, but for you to be able to connect it to your system.io account, you need to enter this detail into your domain provider. So it's saying that we need to add 2 C names. So you want to create a C name, 2 of them. So you want to go to advanced settings. Even if you're using GoDaddy, it's mostly the same, honestly. To do it should be fairly easy. So what we want to do is delete whatever it is we have there. We want a clean slate, okay? And you want to go to add record. Let me move this up a little bit. Boom. So you want to go to add new record. I want to go to CNAME record. All right, let's go here. So the first you want to do is to add a CNAME beginning with www. So everything before the domain name is what you want to have here. So you go back here where it says host, you type in www, then you go back, then you copy everything after CNAME. Anything that ends with cloudfront.net, you go back here and you paste it where it says target. You leave it as is and boom, you check that. So you create a second one, then everything before the domain name is what you want to copy this time. You go back here, you put it here where it says host, you go to settings, you copy everything after CNAME. Boom, you go back here, you put it in, you click on check mark, and that is it. That's everything you need to connect your domain name to system.io. So it's going to take a while to propagate, but once it's propagated, it's going to come here and says, instead of pending, it's going to say ready to use. So it takes about 20 minutes. I'm not sure how long this live is going to go on for, but this is what you need to do. So it's going to say ready to use. And once it says that, it means you can start using your domain name for your landing pages. Now, I have said that I want to keep this live stream under 1 hour, maybe around 1 hour. I think we're nearing that now. Let me see. Yeah, we're nearing the hour mark. We're currently about 46 minutes. I don't want to take too much time because it's really late, about 11:30 p.m. And I just want to say that, you know, creating your lead page, your lead gen, it's pretty easy. And anyone can do it as long as you have that creative mind. You just want to, you know, tinker with something. So go on to system.io. The first link in the description is where you need to sign up. Go register, sign up there, and just start playing around with it. You don't have to sign up for the paid plan. You can use the free plan if you want to. That's what everybody uses. That's what I started with, and I still have several free plans. But unless I want to create something, you know, something mind-blowing, that's when I use the paid plan, which I also have as well. So if you've found this very valuable, please consider, just sharing this video. Comment down below. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. And I'll be more than happy to, to answer them. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with anyone who might find this valuable as well. Again, my name is Daniel, and thanks for joining. This is a very short live, and hopefully it's something I want to do. Make it like a weekly thing, or maybe not a weekly thing. Maybe just something that we can keep doing over and over again. Again, I'm Daniel, and I will see you in the next live stream or in the next video. So you take care now. Bye.